Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're reviewing the last, I believe, of this series of House of Emilio cigars. This is the Gonzo. It's actually named Epicurean Gonzo Vintage 2007, made by Epicurean Cigars for House of Emilio and Gary Griffith. Going to the House of Emilio webpage, this uses a broadleaf wrapper, a double binder of San Andreas Mexican and Jalapa, and the filler is Jalapa and Condega. The broadleaf, I'm not sure where it's from. Probably, well, it may be the Mexican, but these are made in Nicaragua. Comes in 4 sizes, and this size today is, I would assume this is called the Trajabador 5x56. That's really about the only size it could be. Looking at the sizes they show on the website. So let's go with that. The Trajabador 5x56. If you notice, has a nice sheen and it's box pressed. There's the density. 2007, there's your band. 2007. So the Gonzo. Let's get right to it. Nice looking cigar. Very well made. Another good cigar with a good draw. Double binder. Well, the cigar is starting out with an overwhelming amount of heavy coffee notes and earth. There is some lightly sweet cedar, which would be probably the third flavor you're going to get. You definitely get the coffee, which is very close to an espresso. It's very, very dark coffee. Black pepper at around an 8, and the cigar comes across as medium to full bodied right out of the gate. So let's see where we go from there. But finish is one of roasted nuts, primarily roasted nuts, maybe a little coffee undertones on the finish. So let's see where we go from there. That's how it starts. This is going to be a lot of heavy dark flavors, coffee or espresso, which I may change to when we come back, and a lot of earthy tones. I'm about 3/4 of an inch in, and flavors are about like I described previously. Add roasted nuts on the front end too. But the only one change I'm going to make is the lightly sweet cedar is really not cedar, it's nutmeg. And it has a little sweetness to it, but it's faint because the heavy coffee, which I'm going to call it espresso because it is so dark and thick of a coffee flavor. The espresso, the earth, and the roasted nuts overwhelm any sweet flavor you're going to have, and it is a little sweetness of nutmeg. Finishes just like I said before. That's about it. I still say this is going to be a very dark noted cigar, and it's going to stay that way. So let's just see where we go from here. See if we pick up any sweetness. See if any of the flavors pop up, but the Gonzo 2007 underway. About 1 3/4 in. As you can tell, the ash wants to drop here pretty soon. Gotta be careful. The cigar is trying to balance out. The sweet notes now don't taste like nutmeg anymore. They taste like sweet cedar, and they're a little more intense. The espresso notes, the roasted nuts, earth, seem to have decreased just a touch, or the cedar has elevated some, because it's not totally balanced, but it's a lot closer than it was. The sweet notes were totally overwhelmed at the first, but now they're trying to be more of a player. Nothing else much has changed. The finish has a little bit of a touch of cream notes. Still a lot of the roasted nuts, little coffee, but there's a little cream now. You can taste a little sweetness of cream. So that's where we are, about 1 3/4 in. As you can tell, that lower band will be coming off here soon. Let's see what happens next. A little change that time. Well, we are down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Cigar didn't change much. Heavy on the coffee, espresso. Here at the end, I would go back to say coffee. Black coffee. It wasn't quite as intense. Really heavy on the roasted nuts here from the midpoint to the end. Still had the earthiness. Pepper remained good. Finish pretty much was the same. This cigar is very good. It's all about preference. Do you like a heavy coffee, earth, roasted nut type cigar? Then this would definitely be one you would like. You have light cedar notes that have a little sweetness. If you remember, around the midpoint-ish, I said that the flavors were trying to balance out. That didn't last that long. The cedar is definitely the secondary flavor. The coffee and earth and roasted nuts are definitely your primary flavors, and it's probably more of like a 60-40 split, maybe 65-35, something like that. You get the sweetness of the cedar, but it's in small amounts. Good cigar, very close to full-bodied. I believe I would call it full-bodied, but I believe that there's a little false positive there of all those heavy dark notes. I'm going to just stick with medium to full-bodied, but it's very close to full-bodied. This is a good cigar. It's all about what you like. I'm not much my preference is not for a very heavy, dark noted cigar with very little sweetness. But this is a good cigar. It has nice flavors. It's not something that I gravitate towards, but use the description to decide if you might like this cigar and want to try it for yourself. Very good cigar. I'm rating it an 88. For me, that's a personal preference rating. And that's about all I can say about it. Very good cigar. The Epicurean Gonzo Trajabador, for me, gets a rating of 88. Very good cigar. This pretty much wraps up this batch of House of Emilio cigars. I will have some more coming down the line, so look for those. But that'll wrap it up today. So there you have it, the Gonzo Vintage 2007 Trajabador 88.